So I've played a bit of CSGO. I've a bit more than 100 hours played, and it was one of the first games I downloaded on my PC. The issue is, I suck. A lot.
They're here, right? Yeah, if we don't have somebody watching it,
Stick it.
I've never learned the maps. I have no clue how the economy works or how to use utilities. And the extent of my real gameplay experience doesn't really go far past hide and seek or like 1v1s. Basically, I'd say around half, if not more, of my playtime has just been in the menus or in custom games. Needless to say, I have about as much skill as you would expect from someone with 10 hours, 2 broken hands, 50 milligrams of melatonin, and a trackpad. Even though I was raised on first-person shooters like Call of Duty and Halo, CS is just so much different with so much more nuance. It isn't just about shooting. It's about strategy, communication, awareness, predictions, sacrifice, balancing the pros and cons. And all this decision-making typically happens in a matter of milliseconds and hundreds of times per game. The fact is, I don't want to stay where I'm at. But I was afraid that my window of opportunity had passed. Until...
Tyler?
The release of CS2 is coming fast. And with more new players than ever before, I have a golden opportunity to catch up. And lucky for me, I have the perfect trainers.
Okay, look,
Right, what is this called right here?
Firebox?
Default.
No.
Close. This
Firebox.
is Firebox.
Oh.
Oh, Jacob.
No, I hit him.
Side, close.
Oh. There's no lineups. All this stuff's different.
Damn, man.
Okay.
Come behind me.
I didn't know you were chilling.
So, that didn't go as planned. While my friends are far above me in skill in the game, we just dick around too much for our own good. Aside from like discussing the basics on a neon mirage map, we really didn't get very far. So I think it's time to try something else. Let's be honest. From the beginning, I should have chosen YouTube as my teacher. It's taught me game dev, C++, editing, you name it. I probably learned it from YouTube. All right, so let's look it up. How to get good at CSGO. So I've learned a couple things. So basically, there's more in this game to get down than I could ever learn in a few years. But I think what I know will at least help me rank up from bot. First, let's start small. Mechanics. My prior knowledge to this game was point, shoot, win. But it seems I've skipped a few steps. So... Crosshair placement is crucial. Keeping the crosshair at the predicted enemy head position when turning corners can shave off a significant amount of time from adjusting the aim. Movement plays a big role in positioning through b-hopping and map jumps, as well as accuracy through counter-strafing. Peeking contested corners is incredibly dangerous, so there are 6 primary peeking techniques to minimize risk in certain situations. Close peeking puts the player away from the wall so their body has less exposure while their head is behind cover. The player uses counter-strafing and methodically clears every possible angle in a technique called slicing the pie. Wide peeking puts players closer to the wall so they can swing wider peaks with greater speed. Wide swings are used to bypass enemy crosshair placement while they hold the angle by going right past their predicted position, which requires them to adjust. The peak should only be used when the player position is compromised, as there is no returning to the corner if you get shot. Crouch peeking has 2 variations, one with the continuous crouch to use when you are aware that the enemy is extremely tight to their angle, and the other is an addition to the wide peak, creating extra distance for the enemy to compensate for when they adjust to aim to your head. Jiggle peeking is used to gain information without actually giving a shot. With the use of quick side-to-side movements, the player model barely makes it around the corner and gives very little time to line up a headshot for the enemy. Follow with a wide peek or crouch peek to bypass the enemy crosshair placement. Finally, shoulder peeking is used specifically to bait an op shot and gain the advantage. By moving your character close to a corner without actually looking around it, an opper may anticipate a close peek and fire a shot. This will force the op to turn chamber a new round, giving you a short window to take them down safely. Well, so much for starting small. We've literally gone over one important mechanic of this game, and I already feel like my head's about to explode. So let's take a moment and enjoy the beauty of Mirage. Wait. I've already been at this video for like months now. and CS2 is not going to wait any longer, so let's get a move on. CS has 13 playable maps, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to be focusing on the 4 most used competitive maps. That's Mirage, Dust 2, Nuke, and Inferno. Each of these maps is absolutely filled with commonly held angles, jump spots, and utility spots, but we'll get to those later. To learn how to clear each site from any position, I've been using the YPRAC guide maps on pre-fire mode. This will put static bots in the most common peeking spots for each angle, and while it won't help you develop actual skill with movement prediction or proper peeking, it does give an incredible insight on where to look when pushing a site from T-side. I usually start with a full guide plus positions to learn each angle that must be methodically cleared with the slicing the pie method. After running this a handful of times and memorizing which angles to peek, I remove the guides, make the bots hostile, and give myself limited health to practice pre-firing and counter-strafing where failure is possible. I then run these exercises time and time again to ingrain proper site clearing into muscle memory. Through normal comp practice, I've also learned that proper site stacking is crucial. Sites must be properly guarded and predicted to defend a terrorist push, and if a site is underhanded, defenders gotta play it safe until more teammates can rotate. This typically means a 2-1-2 split where all the angles are equally defended, but this stack varies based on enemy tendencies and your team skill. Proper callouts are also a must for sharing information with your team, but there are a lot, so I won't be going over them in this video. I'll leave a link in the description for a call-out guide. On the T side, teammates need to coordinate rushes and delays so they are overwhelming with minimal casualties. This could mean something like a 5-man full rush on a single site with a large focus on utility to entirely overwhelm the site and pick off some kills before the CTs can properly rotate, or a 2 and 3 split where 2 players control mid while the others methodically clear the site. These techniques work differently depending on the strengths and weaknesses of the enemy team. If there's anything to take away from this though, it's that team play is absolutely crucial for winning rounds. A top fragging loss with a 316 score is going to do a whole lot less for your rank than a bottom frag with 1610. Team play is primary, performance is secondary. And of course, one of Counter-Strike's most well-known aspects, utility spots. While utilities can be used outside of certain situations, there are a list of smoke, flash, and fire spots for each map to smoke off, blind, conceal, or clear out vital areas for both teams. For smokes, these are places like sniper positions, common clearing angles, narrow corridors to delay rushes, and basic spots for peeking visibility. A well-placed smoke can completely remove an angle to clear, making rushes and repositions safer with less contest. For flashes, these are usually locations that will likely be in the peripherals for the enemy team, but completely separated from your teammates' vision. If a good flash is popped, it can blind the enemy team for a significant amount of time and allow an opportunity for a rush or reposition. And for fire, locations that enemies commonly hold or push through. A well-placed molly can clear a covered angle, bait a reposition to expose an enemy, or delay a push through a narrow hallway. All these utilities have positions for lineups, or a specific way that you set up your player position and camera angle to land utility in its desired target area. YPRAC Guides also has a flash smoke fire mode, where it cycles through each lineup for each map to build a toolkit of useful utility spots to memorize and use during competitive matches. Next is the in-game economy. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. Coming from games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Squad, you just pick a gun, and that's that. With CS, it's a lot different. So let's start from the beginning. Money in CS comes from wins, losses, kills, and plants. Each of these amounts are based on a plethora of factors, including but not limited to killing the whole team, playing the objective, the type of gun you're using, the specific gun you're using, and how many losses you have in a row. There are 4 types of ways to play the economy: full eco, full buy, and force buy. Full eco means spending as little money as possible. Outside of the first 2 rounds, full eco usually ensures that the team's saving has a near 0 chance of winning the round, especially on the T side. A full eco means not buying anything during the buy phase, saving the most money possible, and leaving the player with their starting pistol only. Ammo must be closely conserved, headshots are more important than ever, and position needs to be safe with minimal pushing. A full eco should be utilized if the team funds are near nothing and a high tier loss bonus is waiting. An eco round means spending only the money that is required for your playstyle, usually an SMG or shotgun, with all the extra funds going towards armor and limited utility split between the team. Eco rounds are winnable, but the team needs its strongest coordination during these rounds to overwhelm the other side, and if going against a full buy, pick up the dropped enemy weapons of a higher tier like rifles or an AWP. Eco is a common economic strategy that has a low chance of success against the full buy, but much higher than a full eco. A full buy is used when the team funds are high enough to kit the whole team with perfect weapons and stacked utility. This is the strongest loadout in the game, typically with 4 rifles and an AWP. Pretty straightforward honestly, so let's move on. A A force buy means buying all the highest level gear sets that your team can afford while leaving out certain elements. This strategy is very circumstantial and should only really be used during the end of the half, end of a round, or when you know the enemy is full buying and you desperately need a win. Each of these economic strategies has various win percentages that depend on the strategy used as well as the strategy the enemy team is using at the time. One more thing to note is that your money is not your money. It's your team's money. If all players have sufficient funds except for 1 or 2 players, these players can have rifles bought by teammates with extra funds. This aspect of team buying keeps the likelihood of winning high even if a specific player lacks the funds for a kit. One of the most important aspects of the terrorist side is role support, where each member of the team has a very specific role to play during the round. The fragger needs impeccable PvP skills, as this player will be initiating pushes, clearing angles for the team, and scoring early kills in the round. The fragger also needs a support, a player that controls utility and needs to aim for a trade when the fragger is taken down. The team leader will be calling the shots, telling the team what site or formation to take during the round, as well as directing the economy. This player also needs to be well versed in all important fundamental skills to be able to take any role that needs to be covered. The lurker uses stealth to their advantage to gain information or pick off easy kills while the enemy is unaware. This player needs trigger discipline and patience to achieve a proper flank or reposition, as well as a good ear for callouts to know when to cancel the lurk and support the team. Finally, the opper uses the most powerful gun in the game to stay at a far effective distance and pick easy shots. This combination of teammates covers all the basics for winning a round, and with proper communication and guidance, this lineup is almost unstoppable. Alright, now the easy part is over. We know all of the aspects that we need to train, how the game works, and some helpful maps to practice those skills. So now comes the fun part, comp training. It's time to put these skills to use. Alright, let's get started. Screw that. Dude, this is like a new place and everything. My lord. Alright, so I started my sophomore year of college while making this video. I have literally not touched the thing. It's just been sitting in my pocket. I've not known how to finish it, how to finish the project, because I worked so hard on it, and it's really good, but I'm done. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm gonna be honest, I've not even downloaded the damn game. But still, I know all the mechanics that we went over do transfer over to CS2. So you don't have to worry about that. There might be some new things here and there, new mechanics to learn. You can look at other people's videos for that stuff. But I hope this helped you start on your CS2 journey. College has just been wild, ridiculous. I don't even know what to do with this video, and I've just been focusing on other things. But I'm going to be coming back soon. And I'm going to be coming back harder than ever before. I've been streaming on Twitch, so you can check that out in the description below. I'll also have all my other socials. Make sure to check those out. I'm posting regularly on all of them. I stream roughly Tuesday and Thursday and sometimes on the weekends, so just try to tune in when you can. Recently, I've been playing a lot of driving games, things like Dirt 2.0, Assetto Corsa, Car Mechanic Simulator. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you get started with your CS2 journey. So make sure to subscribe. I'll see you when I see you.